Hey guys, Luke here, and welcome back to episode 15 of my Rugby League Live 3 Win 1 Take 1 series. Now in this episode, we're going to be taking on 6th and 5th place, the Cronulla Sharks and the Canterbury-Bankstown Bulldogs. So obviously, the game's going to be getting much harder. I think I spoke about this in one of the previous episodes, but yeah, the better the sides are, obviously the harder the games are. And when I say better, I mean like the ladder positions. Although Sharks aren't actually rated too good in this game, which is a little bit surprising, but I suppose when you actually look at their team on paper, they've got, some pretty big, underwhelming players in their side, to be nice about it. Especially, their bench isn't the strongest. So you can understand why when you look at it on paper, or at least the side that they've got on here. I mean, when you get players like Jeff Robson and stuff at halfback, like, they're not as flashy as some of the other sides, but they get the job done. And I don't know how well it translates over in this game. I don't think it translates well at all. I know in my West Tigers career mode and all other career modes I've done, they always end up sort of near the bottom. So I was expecting a victory nonetheless, and we ended up getting a repeat set here, and it was due to like a glitch where they ended up throwing a pass to a dude who was like standing in his own like dead ball line. It was really, really shit for them, but we are going to capitalise on it. Jamie Sauer just cut back inside here, just to change of direction, like a real drastic one, while sprinting at the same time. So that's why I did that animation, as opposed to the other ones where you sort of just stop sprinting and turn, sort of not as drastic, but it looks a lot smoother. But I'd say that was a pretty nice try we had going there, and I think this might be like Jamie Sauer's breakout game here. Might be coming all a bit too late, because we're taking on some big sides. We've been taking on some big sides with pretty good halfbacks and all that sort of stuff, and I'm not sure where it stands. Probably these two games I wouldn't swap him for anybody, but coming up, Cowboys, Broncos, Roosters, like, all have players who I would put ahead of Soward. But Jack Bird there scored a try. He just shrugged off two players. It was I was like, oh, first player wrapped him up, whatever. Not even really wasn't even really ready for him to just throw off the player. So it caught me off guard for the second one, because I totally wasn't ready for it. I thought I already had him wrapped up, and Jack Bird was just really terrorising us. I was having trouble with Jack Bird. I don't know if that was him there, but whoever it was, like, very, very hard to tackle. So yeah, we're having a lot of trouble, but at the same time, to our credit, our attack was, was pretty on. You can see here, Josh Hoffman takes it inside of Michael Gordon. Michael Gordon will be straight under the post here. Only Sauer could keep up with him, but then for some reason decides to change his angle and run a whole different line there. It's very strange, this game and that sort of stuff. But yeah, Sauer, goal kicker as well, so we've got to consider that, who can goal kick and that sort of stuff before replacing Jamie Sauer. So I'm not sure who would be the backup at this point. I can't think off the top of my head of who can goal kick in this side. So at the moment, he's got to say, I suppose Dugan's kicked a little bit. But you see right here, a really poor thing from us. It sort of passed to the wrong player first, and it does that quite often on last tackles, especially if the halves player or the playmaker, whoever you got selected as the playmakers, you'd assume it would be the halves. Sometimes they get, like, if you run it at the line on the fourth tackle or something, sort of puts you all out of whack here. But we get so lucky. I think it's Fafita, maybe Dave Fafita. I don't know who it was, but he was over the line, and we had a last-ditch attempt to try and grab him. Couldn't get in the first time, but the palm away animation gave us time for the second person to come in and wrap it up and pull him out of the in goals. And as you can see there, we actually survive at 12-6 at half time. Very, very lucky. It shouldn't have happened. Although at the same time, we shouldn't have thrown that shitty little pass there. I don't know who it was who had the ball, but it was very, very dumb. And Jeremy Smith, that was so obvious. I purposely went for that intercept. That was freaking obvious as. And then McAuliffe there threw a dummy. Thought we could make it through. We didn't, but I sort of had enough to, have a quick play of the ball potentially, and Sharks held on a little bit too long. Well, not a little bit, way long. We ended up blowing that chance, but we got the ball back in. Andrew McAuliffe, he's not going to be stopped this time, as he did get held up a little bit, but then he ended up just forcing his way over, reaching out, and had enough stamina to get to the line. Now, Sauer misses the goal, so that's his first miss of the game, so I don't think it's going to be too important, you would think, but you never know. We've got a pretty good lead, but we have blown some leads in the past, which is something that didn't used to happen, but I've noticed it's been happening a fair bit here. Now, another penalty for us, and just been so many penalties this game. I find the computer gives away a lot of penalties, which is good, and about at the same time, because some games it becomes borderline, just over the top. you know, it's unrealistic sometimes, the amount of penalties. But at the same time, it's still way better than the previous Rugby League Live 2 where you did not get a penalty except for the occasional high shot, or unless you threw the ball into like an offside player or something. But there was a nice little try there from Sammy. Someone keep count of his try scoring record. I haven't, and I haven't seen it because I'm recording these so far in advance you wouldn't believe it. But yeah, Red Raja gonna score his second of the game, I think it is. Yep, the second try of the game. So good work there by the semi-trailer there. So 26-0, can it become 28? Now that goal that Saud missed is a little bit important here in the sense that we could have another bonus player. That could be the second bonus player we could be getting right now. Instead, still only the one bonus player at this point. We can't quite keep him in their own in goal here. There's a nice little kick there by Jamie Saud. But right here, we just a bad miss. And then I'm not sure who it was. I don't know, Tupou or someone. But we do eventually catch up to him with Israel Folau, but just a palm straight off. And it's actually Bakuya, I think, from memory. Yes, Jason Bakuya, who scored the try, and that was a good try for him. Very poor defense from us. I mean, first up, we just went straight past the dude originally, and then for, I think it was Folau or whoever it was at the back there to get beat and then catch up and then get beat again or whatever. It was just pretty shit, to be honest with you. And right here, Sammy Radradra comes up with a big error, and we're just begging for the Sharks to score points here at this stage, and we're going to hold up Jeff Robson, I think it was, with Kieran Foran. But yeah, we did survive at that, at that point right there, and it is a credit to our defence. The amount of opportunities we give them where they should be scoring and they don't, it's pretty good for us. I think defence is something that I've worked out in this game, but at the same time, you come up against some top sides, and there's just nothing you can do sometimes. We saw with Jack Bird, like what could I do with that one? We did get 4 players though, so a great start to this episode. Pick up Andrew Fafita, who I was pretty happy about. Prop, who was a position we weren't stacked in before, but it sort of is now. And then Jack Bird obviously destroyed us that game, and I've got to find a spot for Jack Bird. I do like Jack Bird, but we're pretty covered in all positions, 5'8", lock, centre, everywhere. But I would like to find a spot in the bench room maybe. And then Anthony Tupou, third player, I don't have any interest in using him, but he's a good player. And then the last player is Fecky, who we already have in the side. So our first double up, I believe. I'm pretty sure we haven't had anyone else who's a double up, but Fecky, I think we played maybe one game with him in the 9s, and I was pretty unimpressed with him. So yeah, won't be using him. But the second game, taking on the Bulldogs. So this is a special game for me because I'm a Bulldogs fan, and there's a part of me that wants to go out and destroy the Bulldogs, but there's a part of me that wants Bulldogs to contest the game. So like I can be like, oh, my team are a good side in this game. It's really weird, but yeah, I think I would prefer us to smash them, to be honest, so we can try and get some of these players. David Clemmer is right at the top of that list for me, and maybe Greg Eastwood or someone. I haven't really played too much with the Bulldogs, so I don't really know who are the gun players. Brett Morris probably be a good pickup. Josh Morris, even those sort of guys would be great pickups. But Israel Folau does pick up the ball just here, and I think it was Sam Perrott possibly, or I don't know who it was, Lafayette, I don't know. But we were waiting for that pass to get off. As you saw, if you rewind it, you can see us sort of hanging off a little bit with Folau, waiting for any offloads to happen, should they happen. Didn't really expect it to actually pop out, but I was ready for when it did happen, and obviously we were right there, right on the money, and raced away untouched there. It's 5th tackle. They've got Aiden Tolman in support here, and Leacher gets a pass to Aiden Tolman, and that was a nice little pass there by Leacher. I sort of gave it away beforehand, but Tolman just in support there. Sometimes I think Annis used to do that little move there. I know it wasn't intended to sort of be like that. I think it just sort of did a panic sort of thing because our player made contact with Leacher, but it just worked in perfectly. Suck it in the defence, and yeah. Now, Josh Morris is going to end up scoring. It was Trent Hodkinson to kick the 40-20, which put them in that position there. And I just noticed that the flag, oh not the flag, but the corner post moved when I think it was Rona ran past it. I don't know who it was, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. Got a bit of physics there. But Hodkinson kicks the goal. He's a good goal kicker in this game, and I suppose in real life to a degree. But Jack Bird comes up with a tackle on Josh Reynolds around the legs there, and then a really, really bad pass there. Like I said, with the Sharks game, we were begging to be scored on, and we can't afford to do that, especially considering we're already losing at this stage. When you got a big lead like we did against the Sharks, that's a whole different story to this game where we're chasing points already. So it's not the ideal situation, although I'm fully aware that you score one try, it's a pretty good chance you're going to score in the next set, because I believe there's momentum in this game, and I think that's a good thing. Now Bryce Cartwright with the final pass there, picked it up off his ankles, off his shoelaces, and got a no-look pass to Israel Folau, and Folau scores his second try, I believe. Now right here we shank a kick with Jamie Soward, and that was a pathetic kick, but that's on me, that one. Now Soward throws a dummy the first time, Jack Purdy's tackled. Now, what are we going to do here? Go to the left, Jamie Soward, he's tackled, but he's driving his way over the line, can't get the ball down. That's not where it's going to end here. Fourth tackle, we're held up. We take it into the middle. Kieran Foran gets it to Josh Dugan. And there's the space. He's around his opposition. And I think it might have been Josh Jackson or someone. But yeah, I just got into the outside of him and too much space. The left-hand edge kept sliding and didn't adjust to what we were doing there. So pretty simple try. But nonetheless, I mean, it was a nice try. And Josh Dugan here trying again. Maybe should just try to take it around Brett Morris, but we didn't do that. And we nearly made to pay with an intercept right on the stroke of half-time. I think the half-time hoot had already went, by the way. So, don't really know what our intentions were. I mean, obviously, the ball was we were never going to score from that, but I think we just went for it. Whatever, just hope for the best. Now, a brilliant kick there by Jamie Soward, which is going to lead us to one of my best sets in defence I've ever had, to be honest with you. Now, you saw there it hit the post, and then fifth tackle here, the ball was ricocheted off Bryce Cartwright, and James Roberts grabs hold of the ball, and wow, what a comical try that is. I couldn't believe that happened. I just had to sit there for a few seconds, have a little bit of a chuckle to myself. Poor old Trent Hawkinson had no room to work with. Bryce Cartwright with the pressure, and I've never seen the ball just sort of go up like that from a kick. You would think, logic would say that ball would go to the dead ball line if it's going to go anywhere, but instead it just flew up as if it was like a bomb. I wasn't sure if it glitched out at first, but then it came down like normal. I saw the replay and it wasn't a glitch, it just happened. So that was interesting. Now Josh Hoffman can't get to the line there. I think it's Sam Perrett comes up with a tackle. Now Sam Perrett as well, maybe it wasn't Sam Perrett. I think this is Sam Perrett on the ball here actually. Steps around one, but is eventually brought down by Jamie Soward. So good work there by Soward. Is probably the best episode for him. He's played the game of his lives here. So just going to the left, just drawing and passing, and then James Roberts sees the gap, run under the goalpost, but he is brought down by probably someone who maybe not keep up with him, but can at least match him a little bit. But we did see earlier in real life James Roberts, made, I think it was Josh Morris actually, made him look like a fool. And I think it was Brett Morris. He stepped inside. It was really awesome. Not for me as a Bulldog supporter, but looked awesome. Did score on the left-hand side, and at 28-12, 2 points off that bonus point. And yet again, the goal kicking is the difference between getting that extra player. But is that going to make a difference here? Semi Radradra, he's getting chased down. Can he make it to the line? Semi is brought down. He's pulled back in a little bit, which was handy for us here. 77 minutes in, Andrew McCullough puts in a grubber, and this looked like a really nice play there. Morris palmed off one, but couldn't get out of the in-goal, and we have one last opportunity here. Hoffman up the wing, and he cuts back inside around Brett Morris, and that is the second extra player, all but wrapped up there. Well, not all but wrapped up, it is wrapped up. Now, just to kick the consolation goal, I can't see us getting another try, but who knows? Maybe this could be an important kick in terms of giving us another opportunity for another player. But it wasn't meant to be, as 34-12, I think, was the final scoreline. For sure, we scored 34 points, yes. 34-12. Israel Folau, man of the match in the centre position, scored 2. Roberts got 2. Dugan and Hoffman scored for us. And Sauer kicked 5 from 6, I'm pretty sure. And Tolman and Morris scored for them. Let's look at the 5 plays we get. Some pretty good ones on hand. So 12. 10, 5, 15, and 2. And I said on hand, I meant available. So the first player, Tony Williams. I didn't know he had a neck tattoo, but he did on this game at least. And I'm not sure if this was a fan hub download I did or what's going on there. But Tony Williams, pretty happy with that pickup. He's, pretty versatile or whatever. James Graham, very happy with. He'll be coming into the side. We are pretty stacked with forwards. I mean, the first game you saw we got for Feeder. Now James Graham, plus all the ones we already have. So Sam Perrett, I'm not going to use him. I think on this game he's actually pretty good from what I've seen, but no use for him. Casiano, a good player. I'm not really sure how well he is on the game. He's 84 rated, so maybe not very effective, but I will be using him. And Curtis Rona, he's a centre in this game, which is a bit strange because he's never really played centre apart from one game, I think, and he's actually alright, but he's played mostly wing, so weird for them to have him as a centre first and foremost. But yeah, I don't think I can find a spot for him in the side, although I would love to, but we've already got so many wingers and centres, it's ridiculous. Unless we get some Inglis or someone, we'll be using what we've got. Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you leave a like, it'd be very much appreciated. Subscribe to my channel. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle's at MrLukeMYT. And you can leave a comment. I'll definitely take a look at it. And comment if it lets me. And that's where the video is going to end. Thanks for watching, guys. And make sure you share the video as well. Bye, guys.